What does Yusaku Fujiki or Playmaker prove if he defeats Revolver in the Master Duel? Hello everybody, it's BYG Aigami back with another video. I got a quick discussion for you guys regarding Yu-Gi-Oh! VRAINS. So, the Master Duel is just starting up in episode 10 of Yu-Gi-Oh! VRAINS. Cyverse vanishes. Episode 8 and 9 we got the speed duel. It was more so a test run for Revolver to see how Yusaku Fujiki duels, and also it was more so to get the data storm to happen so Yusaku and Revolver can duel within it, and that is explained in episode 10. But the thing is, with this Master Duel, a lot of it is in Revolver's favor. For example, Dr. Kogami, or Revolver's father, it's sort of hinted at. We don't really know if it's father 100%. A lot of people are saying that it isn't. I'm more so on the side of yes it is. I mean, because they basically said it. Revolver was like, father is ready. And his father basically gave him that card, Dr. Kogami, while the duel was happening. And personally, I do believe that Dr. Kogami is Revolver's father. However, the only time can tell, and we need a legit 100% confrontation between them and them discussing, and Revolver saying something like "thank you, father," or something along those lines to get a 100% precise answer. However, though, Dr. Kogami gave Revolver that card. We don't know what card it is. I'm assuming it's Fire Prison, however it's not stated. I think Ignis and Yusaku were somewhat hinting at it, that it could have been it. And also like the whole effects that Fire Prison has and what it does towards the ending of episode 10. It seems like, I mean, that card is really powerful. And if it isn't, then I imagine what that card is, because Fire Prison is a really powerful card. So Revolver has that, and he also knows that Yusaku has a Cyverse deck type, and he was preparing for it. And also I love the whole symbolism in that duel with Yusaku having Cyverse monsters and Revolver hating Cyverse, and he gets rid of them, he destroys them, and literally Yusaku Fujiki is backed up in a corner. So the first reason is that Revolver has the advantage. He has the cards, he knows a little bit of how Yusaku duels, and he is a much more knowledgeable duelist. And also he was able to test out Yusaku. That was more so a test run to figure out how Yusaku duels and his skills and such. So that's one reason. And also that field spell, Fire Prison, the fact that it's able to get rid of Cyverse types. And in the preview for episode 11, Yusaku, or I think the narrator, states that Cyverse monsters aren't 100% completely gone. So we're just gonna have to wait to see. But right now, from what was shown in episode 10, all his monsters are gone essentially. They're all negated, along with Ignis, a helping hand for Yusaku, his guidance. And I just love how the people working for VRAINS were able to negate Ignis away from Yusaku, take him away, negate the fact that, you know, he helps him out, even though of course he doesn't understand the whole emotional side of humans and how they act and how they portray themselves, because Ignis really does have difficulty understanding that. And that was shown in episode 5, episode I think 6, just basically every episode there's little hints and bits of it. And that's mostly shown during the Go Onizuka duel when Yusaku had the ability to escape. There was a portal that Kusanagi opened, but he still stayed because he wanted to duel him. But just seeing the face that Yusaku had, that was the first time I've ever seen him make that type of face and be so distraught. And I like that. I like that because it shows how backed up in a corner he is, how screwed he is. And to be quite honest, from what was shown in episode 10, of course the duel still got, I think, 2 episodes left before it ends off, but just from what we've been shown, it seems like he's screwed. He is completely screwed. And what I like is, how are they gonna show for Yusaku to overcome this? Is he gonna lose? Is he gonna win somehow? Is there gonna be that whole, you know, Yu-Gi-Oh! Cliche route where friendship comes in or some sort of ass pull comes in? And to be quite honest, I don't know, I would be somewhat fine with the whole cliche ass pull that Yu-Gi-Oh! Tends to do when it comes to these type of duels, but I think that if it ends off in a fair way where Yusaku duels through, like, of course duels, and he draws the right cards and plays the right plays and wins and overcomes Revolver through that, then I think that it proves that Yusaku is a very good duelist. It proves what we got from his character bio very early on, that he is a skilled duelist, that he, of course he doesn't like to duel, but personally I believe that's because he hasn't had a challenge yet. Anyhow, it proves that he's good at thinking on his feet, because we've seen it several times with Yusaku. And also, in a scenario like this, you need to think on your feet because the odds aren't in your favor, and that's for Yusaku's case. But personally, I'm more on the side of Revolver winning, because just from what we have right now, it's in his favor, and there's a lot of reasons why it's in his favors. Things that I've mentioned and things that are going to be shown in future episodes, I guarantee it, and also that card that we don't know of just yet. But just for this video's case, if Yusaku does win and Revolver loses, I think this proves a lot about Yusaku. Not only just the fact that he's good on thinking on his feet, but it proves that he is a prodigy duelist, that he is a really great duelist, and I think they're already trying to convey that from the duels that we've gotten. I mean, he defeats Gohan Izuka, who is the #1 duelist in Link VRAINS, I think, as a charisma duelist, and that was stated in the episodes that showed us Gohan Izuka. I think it was episode 4, somewhere around there, and Yusaku was able to completely destroy him in a duel. And I know some of you guys might be saying, no, that duel seemed a little bit, even, but I would disagree. However, though, I'm probably going to have to rewatch it to get a better opinion and analyze the duel itself. But just from what I remember, it was in Yusaku's favor. And also, just one flaw I had with that duel. Go completely forgot about the whole 3 times, and that's why the episode is called the 3 count, episode 5, because of how the duel was going on. I think it was Go's main monster versus Decode Talker, and they kept on hitting each other, and it wasn't until I think the 3rd time around, right? It was 2 times they clashed, and then of course it was the same reaction, which was it was a draw. And then the 3rd time came around where Yusaku's effect activated and Go's effect was out. I think it was only like he had 2 turns essentially until the monster's effect didn't work, and that's the reason why he lost the duel. And even I knew that in the back of my head. And of course it's for writing itself, but personally I just believe that for a duelist that's #1, for someone that's on such a high caliber in Link VRAINS, to completely forget that is just bad. But I'm using that as an example because Yusaku's good. He knows that. He knows that little flaw that Gohan Izuka had. So I'm wondering, how is he going to use that against Revolver, his cool ability, which is thinking on his feet really quickly, because Ignis or I is out. His Cyverse monsters are out. What is he going to do? Is there going to be some sort of ass pull, which I don't think is going to be the case. And I think earlier in this video I did state a cliche ass pull, which is most likely going to happen because Yu-Gi-Oh tends to do that. But I don't know, because I think it's way too early for an ass pull to happen for VRAINS. And I personally would want this duel to be play for play, and Yusaku or Revolver, whoever the winner is. But for this video's case, Revolver, to prove that he is a better duelist in terms of his skill and ability. And I don't want it to be where it's a personality flaw or it's pride or arrogance, very similar to Kaiba. The fact is, he could use Monster Reborn to bring back Obelisk and he could have won the duel. But no, he didn't. He brought back Blue Eyes. It's an arrogance or pride problem for Kaiba. It's the personality flaw, but Revolver seems to not have a personality flaw. It's shown in episode 8 along with 9 and even a little bit of 10, where Revolver understands that Yusaku is a pretty good duelist. He compliments him. He says, wow, that's pretty cool. I never thought you'd make it this far. Well, he doesn't say cool, of course. He hates him. But it's more so, I have some sort of respect for you because you played that move. You've gotten this far in the duel and you still haven't lost. So let's just see, because I'm interested. I'm also hyped. The duel so far has been really cool. I like the whole new aspect that the Master Duel added into VRAINS and the whole new combos that they used in the ending portion of the duel, because it wasn't like, okay, let me bring down my life points and I'm gonna use my effect called Data Storm, or my bad, rather Storm Access, to go into the Data Storm and draw a card. I was getting a lot of memories back to the old days of Yu-Gi-Oh, whereas more so I activate my trap, you activate your spell card, effect versus effect, and the person that has the better effect for their spell or trap card wins. And that's what happened in the ending portion of the duel. But to recap this video, if Revolver does lose to Yusaku Fujiki in a fair manner, without any ass pulls, even if the ass pull is somewhat decent, it's not like Kaiba where he just punches the floor and out comes Obelisk, right? That's complete bullshit. or the ending of DSOD where Tim just comes out of the afterlife, draws a card, and just completely defeats Cubic Aigami, right? If it's somewhat fair where Yusaku activates an effect and that effect allows him to do something, then Ignis helps out and sort of lends him a hand and aids him, not completely wins in the duel. then I'm fine with that. But if Yusaku does get up on top, this proves that he's a good duelist. He's a prodigy. I mean, you know, just the power that we've seen from Revolver and how threatening he is to Link VRAINS along with the people that he's dueled and that he's currently dueling. You know, it's just awesome for Yusaku, and it really does show that he is something special. I mean, of course he's a Yu-Gi-Oh protagonist, and of course he's special, but just him knocking out the leader of the Knights of Hanoi in a duel that is really on Revolver's favor because of all the little things that he's planned and those little things that add up over time to give him the higher advantage. It shows that Yusaku is a good duelist. Though I do really want to hear your guys' thoughts down below on this topic. It would be greatly appreciated, you guys. Thank you very much for watching so far. Check out the Facebook and Twitter fan page. See you guys later.